Oh man. Should I answer that?
Mauldin the hero! His second walk-off of the night! Bananas win 5-4!
What's up, y'all? We are back with another Tuesday vlog, but this vlog is a little bit different. I haven't done a get to know me / lifestyle / questions vlog in a long time, so I figured, you know what? Let's update everybody here and let's do one today. So really quick, if you just clicked on this video and you have no idea who I am, you've never seen me before, my name is Dalton Mauldin. I play baseball for the Savannah Bananas, and I'm also a musician who makes pop music as well. I post vlogs every single Tuesday, and they're usually baseball vlogs, but this week I want to do a different one where people get to know me a little more, and so this is a 20 questions vlog. Hope you like it. Now, yesterday I posted on Instagram, I did a little poll, and I was like, hey, ask me some questions. I'm doing a 20 questions vlog, and so you guys asked the questions, and I'm gonna answer them today. All right, here we go. Question 1 from Trisha Michelle. Favorite thing about Banana Ball besides the fans? I would 100% say my favorite thing about Banana Ball, besides the fans, would be being surrounded by all of my teammates. Every day I'm encouraged to be a better player, a better friend, a better teammate, and I honestly feel like I grow as a person every single day being around such good guys. And I feel like there's always 1 or 2 bad apples on a baseball team, but I always tell everyone that I meet, like, there are 0 on our team, and that is like so hard to find and so special. So getting to be around all the guys like that every day is definitely one of my favorite things outside of the fans. Question number 2 from Ella R. Henderson 80. What inspired you to get into songwriting and singing? Well, I always loved to sing when I was little, but I never told anybody. I never told my mom, never told my dad, never told my friends. Didn't sing around anybody. It wasn't until like 7th grade when I was at church, someone told me that I could sing at church camp, and I had no clue I could sing. I just knew I liked to do it. So that might have started it for me, but I was playing baseball down at Bethune-Cookman down in college. And then long story short, I got hurt, I tore my UCL pitching, and I wasn't able to practice or travel or play with the team. And so I had a guitar, didn't know how to play it. I started watching YouTube every single night, and I called it YouTube University. I learned how to play guitar completely online, completely off of YouTube. And that inspired me to like actually start playing guitar and start singing and playing. And I started posting covers online, and people were telling me like, hey, you should put out music. And I was like, I don't even know how to write a song. And the more and more I got of those comments saying like, Dalton, you should write songs, you should put out music, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna give this thing a shot. So I started writing songs. And in that time, I wrote a lot of bad songs, I'll say that, but I ended up putting my first song out like 6 months later. It was called Nights Without You, and did really well. And I ended up moving to Nashville, played baseball there, got music there, and yeah, you know how the story goes. Question number 3 from Sav Banan VSS. Good name. Would you rather be a Savannah Banana or play for the MLB, and why? So when I was growing up, I always wanted to play for the Atlanta Braves. Chipper Jones was my favorite player, and that was my goal growing up my whole entire life. Now, I've never had to play in MLB or play for an affiliated team, so I don't really know what that's like, but I know a lot of people who have, and I know like what the grind looks like and what the day-to-day looks like, and I know it's really tough. So I can't really speak on that, but being a Savannah Banana is by far the coolest job I've ever had, the coolest job I ever think that there is, and I cannot imagine myself like doing anything else right now because it's so fun, it's so impactful, and I get to live out my dream every single day, so I'll take being a Savannah Banana for sure. Question number 4 from Monique Shari 12. Sorry if I messed that up. What's the best advice you've ever received? Okay, now this is super cliche, and I know you're gonna be like, are you serious? That's the best advice you've ever received? But really though, I remember when I was playing junior college at the College of Central Florida, I had a bad game, and my Nana texted me, she said, how'd the game go today? And I said, I didn't do too hot. We ended up losing the game, and so it wasn't the best game, Nana. And she literally replied, did you do your best? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, then that's all that matters. And I feel like as I go throughout day-to-day life, I have a lot of failures, I have a lot of successes. I always try to remember that failure is inevitable and it's gonna happen, but as long as I did my absolute best at what I was doing, there's really nothing else that I could have done. So sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But at the end of the day, if you know that you did your absolute best, what more could you have done, you know? And so that is for sure by far the best advice I've ever received. I think about it every single day. Question number 5 from Macy Schultz. Why did you pick the number 13? So growing up, I was always number 5 or 15 or 25, always some kind of number with a 5. And then whenever I got to my school in Nashville in college, we retired number 5. And my coach was like, hey, Dalton, I'm sorry, we can't give you number 5. It's totally retired, we're not using it anymore. But here are the options that we do have. And 13 was one of the options, and I was like, you know what? 13's an unlucky number, but what if I can make it lucky? And so I was like, you know what, I'll take number 13. And then since I picked 13, it's kind of been like my identity. Like I love the number 13 now. I always wear it, it's my favorite number. And if number 5 was not retired, then I would have never had that number. I would have never picked 13. I wouldn't have it now. And I'm honestly glad that it was because I feel like 13 fits me better. All right, so we have 5 questions under the belt right now. So now we're gonna go into the speed round. I'm gonna give 10 questions. I'm not gonna say who asked them. I'm just gonna go straight through the questions as fast as I can. So let's do it. Favorite song I've ever written, it's called Santa Rosa. It's not out yet. Favorite Celsius flavor, tropical vibe. Beach or mountains? Beach. Who is one artist or band that I always listen to? Hunter Metz. Next question, what's your go-to Chipotle order? It's gonna be a bowl with a lot of rice, steak, chicken, cheese, lettuce, the vinaigrette sauce, and a tortilla on the side because I'm gonna make a burrito with my tortilla and I'm gonna eat the rest of the bowl later. Team Conrad or Jeremiah? Not even a question, Conrad. If I wasn't doing banana ball, where do I think I'd be right now? I would say either being a musician or trying to be a marine biologist. What would be my dream car if I got to choose? A Ford Raptor, no doubt about it. If you were to smell, what would you be and why? I would say lavender because it's not too strong, it's not like overbearing, it's not too light where you barely smell it. It's like you smell it just enough, and the more that you're like around it, you start to really like it, and then you just like really enjoy it, you know? Also one of my favorite colors. Who has been your favorite in-game surprise guest? 100% Mr. Beast last weekend. That was the coolest thing ever. YouTube video on that coming in 2 weeks. Let's go. Okay, so now the speed round is over. That's 15 questions. We got 5 more. Let's do it. Question number 16 from 14k.isa. Who is your dream feature on a song? I would say my dream feature on a song would for sure be Justin Bieber. Always been a big fan of his music. I love his music now. I love his music back in the day. His new album I think is incredible. There's so many good songs on that album. I feel like we kind of have a similar tone like in our voice. I've heard that a lot. And I think that our voices would go great on a song, and I would just love to get to write with him and like see what his studio process is like. I think we can make a really good song. So Justin, if you see this, holler at me. Question number 17 from Brady Castellano. Musically, who will you collab with next? Brady, it's a good thing you asked that. Actually, so this Thursday, I have a song coming out with my buddy Jackson. He goes by Candor. We put a song out called That's How It Goes a few years ago, and we got back in the studio. Last December, I was in Colorado for a baseball camp. Jackson came to the hotel I was at. We made a whole like makeshift studio. We made a song in like 6 or 7 hours, got it fully done, and that song comes out this Thursday. It's called Catch Up, and it's just a beautiful song. We made it in the hotel. We had a beautiful view of like the mountains out the window. It was great. The vibes were there. The music was there. Love making music with Jackson, and I know we're gonna be making a lot more music down the road, so stay tuned, but Catch Up is out on Thursday, so let's go. Question number 18 from It's Ali Bish. Any advice for finding your passion / figuring out what you're called to do? Let's see, yeah, so I would say my advice for like trying to find what you're meant to do or like a passion or figuring what you're gonna do in life, I would just say like keep your options open. Don't close any doors. I feel like if I would have closed doors back in the day, if I stopped playing baseball or I stopped making music, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. I'm getting to play music on the road and play baseball on the road. I'm getting to like express myself physically through baseball and then mentally through music and writing songs. And if I would have just shut one thing out and chose another or just picked one of the two, I would not be doing this right now. And so I'd say like my biggest advice is to keep your options open, like try new things, meet new people, and don't give up on anything too quick. Like try it for a while. And even if you fail, continue to press on and just keep trying it. And I feel like your heart will know whether you need to keep on pursuing that or try something else. But I would say the main thing is keeping your options open and don't be stuck to just one thing all the time. That's my biggest advice for you. Question number 19 from Mars Bars 3002. Would you ever do a singing competition like American Idol or The Voice? Yeah, so I actually did it last year. I did American Idol and I did auditions and the judges liked it and they're like, hey, we're gonna send you to the next round. They sent me to the next round. I did auditions there, they liked it, and then they scheduled another Zoom call for me to meet up with somebody else before I like went to Nashville and did it in person. And truly, I did not like it at all. I've never looked at music as a competition, and I never did like talent shows growing up, so putting music in like a competitive category just felt wrong to me. I did not like it. I'm not saying I would never do it again. I just wasn't a big fan of it and like how it was like set up. And like I said, I've never put music as like a competitive thing. And I don't think I ever thought like I was like that good at music. I know that I'm getting better like every day. And I know that the music I make, I love. And I know it's not for everybody, but I just don't look at it as like a competition because it just feels gross and like kind of weird, you know? So I like just keeping it as like a thing that I love to do without it being looked at as like statistically, here's how good you did, here's how bad you did. I just don't like that. I just like making music and putting it out, and if people listen to it, great. And if they don't listen to it, that's okay, because I like what I made and I put it out and it worked for somebody and it like can impact somebody and somebody can enjoy it. So that's why I just didn't like absolutely love it, you know? And question number 20, the last question is from Colby Lynn 5. Is it hard to balance social media, banana ball, and music? Yes, I would say it is. But I do feel like I figured out a system where like I work as far as like editing or like songwriting goes on these days, and then some days I'm like, hey, this is just a physical day. I'm just gonna do banana ball, I'm just gonna work out, I'm gonna like reset, I'm gonna cook out, I'm just gonna hang out, watch a TV show or something like that. And there's some days where I get up and I got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm like, you know what, I gotta get up and I gotta get some videos done today because I gotta get stuff posted on YouTube or Insta or Facebook or TikTok, things like that. But I would say like I'm in such a position that I'm like so blessed to get to do all these things that I get to do, and I know that I'm gonna make the most of all the opportunities that I get. So yeah, I do have like a lot of long long nights like editing. A lot of times when I'm playing guitar, like on the road, trying to like put things together as far as like music goes. And then banana ball takes up like 99% of my time, I feel like. And sometimes those things kind of get like thrown on top of me. Like I feel like I have a lot going on at one time, but it's easiest just to kind of like remember like, hey, stay within your feet where you're at. If I'm at the baseball field, focus on baseball. If I'm editing video, focus on being at this desk and like editing a video. And if I'm trying to write a song where I'm back in Nashville in the studio, like focus on the, hey, let's write the best song I possibly can today. But at the end of the day, I feel like you make time for the things that you care about. But at the end of the day, I feel like you make time for like the things that you care about the most. And those are 3 priorities of mine for sure, like day in and day out. And so I just try to make sure that I have a balance of all 3 kind of like every day. That's a really good question though. I like that question a lot. And yeah, that's it for the 20 questions, you guys. Thank you for tuning in on these questions. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll do more and more like this, especially like as the off season goes. I'll be doing like more lifestyle stuff, more day-to-day stuff, because I won't be like playing every single weekend. But you can definitely expect more vlogs like in that style towards like October, November, December before we start back up again next year. I think it's fun. Like I think it's cool that you guys can see like more of who I am. You can ask me questions. You kind of get to know me a little more, not just like me on the baseball field showing what's going on, like talking about the day where there's a million things going on. You know, I can like actually sit down and like talk here to the camera, which is honestly kind of why I started doing the Wednesday waffles like on here, because I feel like there's kind of a little bit of like a barricade as far as like myself just making these baseball vlogs and then myself making these like day-to-day lifestyle vlogs. I want to like bring it together where you guys can get to know me more and find out more so of like who Dalton Mauldin is as a person, you know, not just a baseball player, not just a musician. And yeah, it's cool. So I really enjoy making these types of vlogs, or like the Wednesday waffles where I'm like updating my life and stuff, and then you guys get to see it. And so yeah, thank you for watching this vlog. I'll do it again sometime, so for sure be on the lookout so you can ask me some questions. And I will see you guys next week with another vlog. We'll be in Chicago playing at the White Sox Stadium with some really special guests that I never thought would make it on my vlog, which is really cool. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace. Here's a song snippet.
Even though you're someone worth keeping, I'll never know how to stop you from leaving.